Are you going through a period of loneliness? Well, chances are, if you're not, you either just got out of one or you're headed into one. So pull up a chair and let's talk about it. The one thing I want us to see is that loneliness, when we are feeling lonely, that's something that we have the power to change, guys. We have that power. When you get in that place, the first thing we need to do, and I've said it in other videos, is we need to learn to like who we see looking back at us in that mirror. We need to go back and listen to the confidence thing where you can get some confidence in yourself. Because when we're lonely, it's because we're missing something. Something is missing in us. Either the person we thought we needed in our life, or a friend, or you lost a loved one, or, I mean, there's something that usually is taken away that makes us then feel like we're missing out. We're missing something. And then we revert into that little cocoon where we just feel so lonely and we just hurt so bad and our heart is just broke because of the loneliness. But we have the power to change that. Look in that mirror. Get familiar with yourself. Start liking who you are. And then we need to refocus, guys. We need to get out in your yard. Look around at the trees. If you're in a big city and you don't have any, buy you a bus ticket out to the country, out to a small town, and just get off the bus, not for any purpose, guys. The purpose is to refocus yourself. The purpose is to start healing for yourself. That's the only purpose you need to change places. Get out there and start looking at those trees and listening to the birds and looking at the flowers. It's springtime coming and there'll be flowers popping up, and refocus. Or if you can, if that's not in your power, I know not everybody can, get you a book, but don't read a depressing love story that doesn't turn out good. Don't read something that's going to put you in a deeper place. Read something that's uplifting, something that's encouraging, okay? And the next step is, and maybe it should have been the step before, but you've got to find courage, guys. You've got to find the courage to put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. We blame other people for when we feel lonely. We do. It's somebody else's fault. I mean, if they hadn't broke up with me, or if they didn't treat me that way, or if blah, blah, guys, that's a bunch of hogwash. Loneliness comes from inside us. We have to refocus. We have to put ourselves out there. Go to the local coffee shop if you're in a big town, or to a diner or whatever. Speak to the person that's taking your order. Don't just give them your order and walk away. Give them a genuine smile and say, how's your day going? You having a good day? Or, I mean, any kind of little thing like that, something that they can respond to. It can open up a communication. Sometimes just a smile and a head nod. Even if the first day you just can't bring yourself to speak, maybe even the second or third day, you still can't speak. That's okay. Eventually, the words will come if you keep putting yourself out there. Get outside those four walls of your house or your apartment or your room. You're never going to get outside the lonely. You're never going to heal from that when we keep ourselves buried and cocooned, keeping ourselves safe. And if you're a God person, like I am, I'm a Christian, and there's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. That's what Jesus promised us. So you always have him. We're never truly alone, guys, because if you're a God person, you have Jesus. If not, guys, we always have ourselves. Always. You're not alone. There's somebody with you. But let me touch right there, because there's a difference in being alone and being lonely. You can be alone and just as content as you be. I'm alone a lot over here. I live here by myself, but I keep myself busy. I have thoughts. I write down stuff. I do trainings. I keep yourself busy. Don't sit down and mully-grub in your situation and feel sorry for yourself. Feeling sorry for yourself is never going to get you anywhere. Anywhere. Loneliness is when there's something missing. When there's something that's not filling that spot that maybe something left, and it left a void, the loss of a loved one, or like I said, somebody breaks up with you, or maybe you and your friend had a fight, or maybe they moved off. I know sometimes younger people, their friends move off, even older people, their friends move off. Maybe they get put in assisted living, and they're not in your neighborhood anymore, and you start feeling lonely. That's still something that you can change. Get yourself out of that place. Start washing your dishes. Start cleaning your house. Go through your closet. Refocus yourself away from what it is you're concentrating on, that loneliness, that feeling of loneliness. Get out there. Like I said, buy you a bus ticket to the next town, or if you can, guys, if this is in your power, pick up, load up your suitcase and move. Move to another town, move to another state. Guys, your well-being, your mental health is worth more than just staying where you're used to. Sometimes it takes maybe that little change of a new place, a new town, a new area to revitalize your mind, to get you out of that loneliness feeling, and to get out there and say, wow, there is so much more to the world than I let myself see. I know some of us are introverts. Well, not me. I said some of us. Some people are introverts, and they have a hard time maybe relating to people or talking to people, whatever. I'll tell you something I did when we used to go to rodeos all the time. And those of you that don't know, we're cowboys and cowgirls around here. And me and Sonny and Crystal normally would leave on a Friday, depending on where the rodeo was. Sometimes we'd have to leave early in the morning, sometimes whatever, but we left on Friday. We usually didn't get home till Sunday afternoon. And every time we'd pull up to the rodeo grounds, I'd say, look, when y'all get back in the car now, you've got to have at least 2 names and where they live. That way it let me know that they spent enough time, spent enough time talking to them, that they learned enough about them to know where they lived. Because anybody can get a name, because you can hear somebody say, hey, Joe, you know what I mean? And you say, oh, I met this guy named Joe. Well, where does Joe live? You know, it causes you to learn a little bit more about them. So at that coffee shop, when you finally get up that nerve to speak, and you say, how's your day going? Do you live here in town, or you live in the next town? Or, you know, any kind of little piece of communication, guys, opens up the door for more. It opens up the door to release your heart out of that loneliness, to release your mind from feeling stuck in the rut that you allowed yourself to get in. But loneliness is something that we have the power to break. We just have to have that courage to get out there, change our direction, change our focus. Like I said, read a good book, read an encouraging book. If you have a friend, you know, find, let's see how I want to say that. Make sure they're an encouraging friend, somebody that's going to encourage you to get out there. I had a friend when we were crafting, and they got where they didn't go on and craft very much. And so, I called them up and said, hey, you got to get out of this depression. You got to get out of this stuck stuff and get back in the saddle and start doing again. And they did. And their page grew and things were really good for them. Guys, we have to be that encouragement even to ourselves. Stand in front of that mirror and say, look, today you're going to have a good day. Today, you're going to get out there and meet at least one person. You're going to find out where that person lives, or maybe you're going to find out if that person has any kids, or you're going to look yourself in the mirror and encourage yourself. If you've got a friend that moved off, say, today, I'm going to call her and talk to her and let her know I've been thinking about her, and I'm going to get out there and start making a way to find a new friend. I'm going to get out there and refocus my thought process. Because, guys, as long as we stay in that rut, you're going to be defeated. You're going to stay right there in that loneliness. You're going to be, before you know it, so depressed you don't even know what to do. But you've got to break the mold. You've got to break out of that little cocoon you've had yourself in. Say, this is not going to be good enough for me anymore. And look yourself in the mirror every morning now and do that. Be the encouragement that you're needing. Like we said about the relationship, write down what you're looking for in a mate, a person that you want to have as your boyfriend or girlfriend, and then become that person. Same thing in getting out of that loneliness, guys. Write you a list. Make you a list of what you need, what you feel like you need in a person to be able to get you out of that. Like an encouraging friend, a friend that is staying busy all the time, a friend of whatever your thought process is on that, and then become that to yourself. Look in that mirror and say, hey, you're going to be encouraged today. We're going to be busy today. We're going to start washing our dishes. We're going to clean our house. We're going to clean out our closet. Today we're making a change. We're breaking out of this mold. We're leaving this rut behind. We're getting on out there. You're the only person that can do that for yourself. Y'all ignore my phone ringing over there. But guys, we are the only people that can change our loneliness. That's not somebody else's responsibility. That's ours. To be that person and to break out and to do that thing that it's going to take to get you out of it. Okay? So our takeaway, I hope that you got today, besides my phone ringing, just ignore it. But I hope your takeaway today is that today is going to be the start of me breaking out of this mold. The start of me refocusing my mind and getting it off this lonely feeling and start finding something else to put all that energy into. Find somebody else to put that energy into. Start a garden. Start anything, guys. Don't lay down in that rut and just stay there, okay? Today's going to be that day you're going to break out, okay? If y'all like what you've heard, if you like my content, I sure would appreciate y'all subscribing. Subscribing is free. Click the bell. They'll let you know whenever I upload new stuff. I do try to go live once a week. So join us over here and let's grow together. Let's get healthy together. Let's refocus together. And I hope you got something out of today, okay? I love you guys. Hope to see you on down the road.